Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel and another video of my early World Cup predictions. Last episode is linked above for you to go and watch. It was a very interesting one going through Group A that had Qatar, Netherlands, Senegal, and Ecuador. But in this one, we will be speaking about England, USA, Iran, and one of these three: Wales, Ukraine, or Scotland. So very, very interesting. Guys, get your predictions in the chat down below. It'd be absolutely fantastic to hear from you as well. And obviously, big thank you to everyone who's commented on the last video. I do appreciate it. But we will get into this group because it's England, USA, Iran, and then Wales, Scotland, Ukraine. Sounds like a bit of a peace treaty rather than a World Cup group, doesn't it? Yeah, look, let's be honest. It is a very, very interesting group. And we'll obviously start with England. England. Well, a country expects, a country wants to try and win the World Cup again. You can't go and stop speaking about 66, can you? But I think this time, I think you have a good opportunity because you have a number of talents in your squad. Obviously, for people who don't know, England were runners-up in the Euros, losing to Italy on penalties. They're currently 5th in the world rankings as well. And looking at their form, it has been pretty good, hasn't it? With it has been pretty good. They managed to breeze through a group that had Hungary, Albania, Poland, Andorra, and San Marino. Now you have to beat what's in front of you, and England managed to do exactly that as well. Gareth Southgate, fair play to him. He's managed to get England to a semi-final, 2018, of course, in the last World Cup, losing to Croatia. And he's also managed to get England to the final of, I think he got the final of the Nations League. I think he lost, the semi-finals to Nations League because he lost to Netherlands then. And, obviously the Euros as well, losing to Italy. Now, if the bracket is exactly how I think it is, England could beat a Holland or a Senegal in the round of 16. Now, that would be pretty tough. And then looking at it, I think probably France, I think, in either the quarters or the semis. I'll need to obviously have another look at that. But key players for me, Harry Kane, because he could well be England's record goal scorer by the time the World Cup finals come. He is on 49 international goals for England. Wayne Rooney is 4 ahead of him on 53. So Harry Kane could potentially become England's all-time leading goal scorer in international competitions as well. Bukayo Saka, another one is, England have got some major talent coming through as well. And it just goes to show as well, because there's some very good players coming through. Tyrick Mitchell, Crystal Palace. Mark Guehi, Crystal Palace as well. Kyle Walker-Peters is there. James Ward-Prowse. Declan Rice, you can obviously say he's another one that's, coming through. England have got a very good amount of youth, amount of experience in this squad. And I think it's going to be so key going into these finals as well. And then obviously, up front, Raheem Sterling, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, of course. We've not really spoken much about Phil Foden in an England shirt, but I have to say, England's the future is bright for England. Let's just say that the future is absolutely bright for England, and I do think with this amount of players that are coming through, I think England could have a good opportunity to go far in these finals. England fans, please do get in touch with me as well. Please tell me how you think you will do in the World Cup finals. So that is England, and we will now go on to the United States of America. Yep, United States of America back in the World Cup. Absolutely amazing to see them back as well. And basically, you'd have to say during the COVID-19 pandemic, the demonetized virus, of course, um, there was an influx of talent coming through. You'd have to say there was an influx of talent coming through. Christian Pulisic, remember him from obviously Dortmund. He did go to Chelsea. He's been very, very good. Weston McKennie is another one who's, Juventus. Tyler Adams at RB Leipzig as well, and Giovanni Reina as well at Borussia Dortmund as well. So that's the good thing about the USA, is that there is a lot of good talent coming through. The furthest that the USA have ever got in the World Cup was the first ever tournament in 1930 when they made the semi-finals in Uruguay. So since then they've been round of 16. They didn't make the quarterfinals in 2002, but they haven't been. They weren't at 2018, and they went out in the group stage in round of 16, both in 2010 and 2014. But you have to say that USA had a win percentage of seven wins, 3 draws, and 4 defeats. That included being unbeaten at home in the CONCACAF qualifiers as well. I look at this USA side, and it has got a lot of talent. It has a lot of talent, a lot of really, really good up and coming players that are coming through. As well. You have to say this as well, because USA are a very, very good side. Let me just put it that way. One name to look out for as well. Obviously, we know Zach Steffen is at Manchester City in the Premier League. Also, Matt Turner. Yes, this is the guy that people will remember quite vividly as well. New England Revolution. He is there right now, but he will be moving to Arsenal in the summer. That has been confirmed quite recently as well. He is going to go to Arsenal in the summer, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see. You look at the USA, and there are a number of players that play in and around Europe. Anthony Robinson of Fulham has just been promoted. Congratulations to him. James Sands, plays for Rangers. Obviously, Tyler Adams. You've got Gianluca Buzio with Venezia, Ricardo Pepi. We've not really spoken about Pepi. He moved from the MLS to go to the Bundesliga, and he's having a good time of it recently. And then obviously Giovanni Reina, Christian Pulisic, Timmy Puea, obviously ex of Celtic, of course. They've got a very, very good squad. My only concern is Greg Berhalter. Now, he has made some very, very rash decisions in CONCACAF. They did lose some very silly games. They lost to Costa Rica, barely got through. Barely got through. As much as you'd have to say that Canada did very, very well, and obviously Mexico did very, very well, USA kind of faltered over the finish line. So that would be my only concern for them as well. And also, they are 15th in the world rankings right now. I think the squad that they've got is good. The only thing is the lack of striker, I think, is what's going to be the key for USA. And obviously, speaking to a few US fans, obviously, shout-outs here, Michael Talks Football, he thinks that they might finish 4th. So very, very interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. But USA fans, please do let me know how your soccer team will do in the World Cup, shall we? Now, Iran, yes, lovely to see them back at the World Cup, isn't it? Iran back at the World Cup, especially if we look at their last appearance. In fact, it was the group stage in 2018, and they have actually never qualified past the group stage. So this is going to be an interesting side, Iran, because Iran have an absolutely wonderful record right now. Because They haven't lost many games. They've only lost one World Cup qualifier. That was a 2-0 defeat to South Korea, but beating Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, Iraq, Syria, even drawn against South Korea as well. They've got a very Cambodia. They absolutely dispatched by 10 goals to 0 as well. This is a very, very good Iran side. My only concern is we don't really watch a lot of Iran, but key players for me, Alireza Jahanbakhsh is a player that people will remember from his Brighton and Hove Albion days. He was at Brighton, currently now at Feyenoord. And he's having a good time of it at Feyenoord as well. Other players to mention is Sardar Azmoun as well from Zenit St. Petersburg, I think it was. He is now at Bayer Leverkusen, and he is having a good time of it recently as well. And again, like USA, there are a number of players who actually play in Europe. We've obviously got. I'm going to butcher this name, so apologies to any Iranian that is watching this video. Alihar Sayhadmanesh, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's at Hull City as well. So it's going to be very, very intriguing to see how Iran do. They are managed by Dragan Šokić. So it's going to be very, very intriguing. It'll be very, very interesting to see. And also, Mehdi Taremi is another one. Mehdi Taremi has been sort of in and out of the Iran team, but he's another one to watch out because he has actually played for FC Porto. And we all know what he did for FC Porto as well. So I look at this Iran side, and I think looking at the games that they have as well, obviously they play England first. That could be very, very tricky. Then they've obviously got one of Wales, Scotland, Ukraine in the next round. It's that last game against the United States. If they can get anything out of that game, then it could be very, very interesting. It could be very, very interesting indeed. So how will Iran do? Iranian fans, please do get in the comments section down below. That would be absolutely fantastic. No. The last one is the UEFA playoff. Now, Wales have already managed to make their way into the final. So they are awaiting the winners of Scotland or Ukraine. Now, Scotland-Ukraine has been put back to the 1st of June. So that game will not be played until a couple of months away now. And Wales did dispatch Austria by 2-1. No doubt who their key player is. It is definitely Gareth Bale. My only worry, though, is for Wales, if they were to get to the finals, is it Ryan Giggs or is it Rob Page? Now, if it was me, I think Rob Page would definitely be a shoo-in for the manager. Certainly would be. Certainly would be. And have a look at Wales as well. They've got some very, very good players. Neco Williams, Harry Wilson, Joe Allen, Aaron Ramsey, of course. For some of these players, it's probably a last chance saloon to try and do well at the World Cup as well, because Wales have not made a World Cup appearance since 1958. So it has been a long, long time since Wales were at a World Cup finals. So they are awaiting the winners of Scotland, Ukraine, and they dispatched Austria with these. They did dispatch Austria with these. So it's going to be very, very intriguing. Wales are 18th in the world rankings as well. So will Wales make a World Cup appearance for the first time since 58? Well, only time will tell, because the other two, Scotland. Scotland. Hopefully, we can make the World Cup. Last appearance was obviously 1998. So yeah, it's going to be very, very intriguing to see if we can. Key players for me, obviously Andy Robertson, John McGinn, Lyndon Dykes. This Scotland side is very, very vastly improved. Yes, the Euros were very, very disappointing. And yes, getting a draw against England was magnificent. But losing to Croatia and obviously losing to the Czech Republic was really, really disappointing as well. I am looking at this game against Ukraine. And look, everyone will be wanting Ukraine to win. There's no doubt about it, especially with what's been happening in Ukraine. I think everyone will be wanting Ukraine to win. But Scotland, home advantage in that semi-final. Wales will have home advantage in the final. I do feel that if Scotland can get through Ukraine, they've got a very, very good opportunity to make the finals. I really, really do. I really, really do. Ukraine, but just very, very quickly on Scotland, they are 39th in the world ranking, so climbing up very, very fastly, you would have to say as well. Ukraine, Ukraine are a very, very interesting side, aren't they? Lost England, of course, in the Euros. It's going to be very, very intriguing to see how well their mindsets will be as well. They are 27th in the world rankings, as we've said. Key players for me, well, Yarmolenko still performs at the international level. He was magnificent in the Euros. He had a really, really good. Yaremchuk at Benfica. Zinchenko at Manchester City as well. Mikolenko at Everton. They've got some fascinating players, haven't they? Ukraine as well. But as I do say, everybody will want Ukraine to beat Scotland. From especially with what's been happening in Ukraine. And obviously, as obviously I have said that the Dugout Football channel obviously does stand with Ukraine. Absolutely horrible with what was happening there as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But if I was a betting man, which I'm not, of course, I do think Scotland-Ukraine will go all the way. I think it could go to extra time, and I do think it could go to penalties. And then I would probably say that Scotland would probably win on pens. Then is after Wales, Scotland. So it's going to be very interesting as well. But obviously, good luck to Ukraine, especially with what's been going through as well. So that's a little bit on the countries that are obviously playing. Oh, another thing on Yarmolenko, he could become Ukraine's all-time leading goal scorer as well. He's only a few off Andriy Shevchenko as well. So Yarmolenko and Harry Kane could both be highest goal scorers for their respective countries. So now comes my prediction for the group. So going in fourth place because I still think that USA have got a lot to prove. So unfortunately, Iran have never made it past the group stage, and I don't think they're going to make it past the group stage this time. I think they're going to have to rely on beating US to have any chance to get through as well. So I'm going fourth place, Iran. Third place, I'm going USA. I do think USA are going to be a very, very tough opponent. A very, very tough opponent. I think they've got a very, very good squad up and coming for sure. Just like the Netherlands, they've got a very good up and coming squad as well. But are they good enough to go past the group stage? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Then I'm going to go second. So it's going to be either one of these three. I do think that just recently, I think Wales, Scotland, Ukraine, I feel that they could, one of those three could definitely beat Iran and the US. Maybe not England, but I do think that one of those three could beat England. And then obviously first place, I am going to go England as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting as well. So just to clarify, I'm going fourth place Iran, third place USA, second place the UEFA playoff, and first place England, of course. Guys, get your predictions down in the comment section down below, and I really do hope you have enjoyed another World Cup video. It has been a pleasure to do these. Please let me know if you are enjoying this wee series. I obviously do upload every Monday for this, so it is going to be very, very good to see see these videos get even better as time goes on. But until then, I will be back on Monday again with another video. I will be back with Group C. So as I said, there will be a video coming out every Monday. Like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. Get it out there to other people to watch. As well. I am enjoying doing these World Cup predictions, early prediction videos, and I will be doing more of these. I will definitely be doing more of these. But until then, it is goodbye from me, and I will see you for the next video, which will be obviously Group C. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.